Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Businesses are calling on the government to announce any traffic light changes today. Cabinet is meeting this afternoon to discuss when New Zealand will be able to drop down to orange. They'll be looking at the latest COVID figures to form their decision making, but an announcement isn't expected until Thursday. Auckland Business Chamber Chief Executive Michael Barnett says businesses are suffering at red and are ready to move down in restrictions.
Business has got an ability to have good health and safety measures in place. They've had this for 2 years now. They know how to behave, they know how to respond, and they know how to treat their people.
New Zealand recorded its lowest COVID-19 daily tally since late February yesterday, with just 6,718 new cases reported. There could be a few cold shoulders for departing Labour MP Louisa Wall this week. Wall told TVNZ's Q&A, Jacinda Ardern said she would never be a cabinet minister under her leadership. Wall added she often felt unwelcome in the party. She suspects it likely stemmed from a leadership contest in the past where she backed David Cunliffe over Ardern and Grant Robertson. Heavy rain and wind is being forecast ahead of Easter as an ex-cyclone tracks towards the country. Weather Watch anticipates ex-cyclone Philly will likely track directly over or very close to the North Island mid this week. They say there's some risk of severe weather for much of the North Island, but the East Coast will likely bear the brunt. Places like Hawke's Bay and Gisborne could see between 150 and 200 millimetres of rainfall in some areas, and it could go higher. In world news, the race is underway to get weapons to soldiers in eastern Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky says Ukraine is ready for a fight while continuing to seek a diplomatic end to the war. But officials are urging civilians to flee eastern regions as soon as they can, if they can. Europe correspondent Gavin Gray says it's unclear if Ukraine has enough weapons to withstand the incoming Russian attack.
What is reported to be an 8-mile or 12-kilometre long convoy of Russian forces making their way there. Truly frightening if it's true.
Meanwhile, there's concerns the war will further threaten global food supplies. Ukraine and Russia are responsible for nearly a third of the world's wheat exports, but the conflict has delayed the planting season and caused a spike in the global price of wheat. And Scott Morrison is striving to become the first Australian Prime Minister to be re-elected since John Howard. Australians will get to decide who leads the country for the next 3 years when they go to the polls in 6 weeks on May 21st. The latest poll has Morrison ahead of Labour's Anthony Albanese as preferred Prime Minister, but Labour remains in pole position when it comes to the party. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.